Hey guys, what's up? I hope you guys are doing well and thanks for tuning in. So, as the financial year is ending, we all are falling apart or looking for all available options to reduce our tax outgo. Or simply put, we are looking for better or new options to reduce our taxable income by investing in various available avenues. Now, most of the time, our search start and end with Section 80C related instruments. It may be your PF investments, your insurance schemes, or your mutual fund ELSS schemes, your kids' educational fees. So all these are very obvious investments or saving avenues through which you can reduce your taxable income. But today I am going to discuss with you one vehicle which can help you in multiple ways. This is a scheme which can help you in saving or reducing your taxable income, not but one or two, but in three sections. Yes, you heard me right. You can reduce your taxable income by more than 2 lakh rupees through this vehicle which is called National Pension Scheme. Now, I can't emphasize enough to tell you that we need to plan for our retirement as soon as possible. The kind of social infrastructure we have in our country, we need to start building assets to fund our post-retirement life. Guys, please remember once you start working on your retirement, you will realize that being Karodpati is no longer a luxury. It is a requirement. So NPS is one of that scheme, and today I am going to dive into various facets of National Pension Scheme. So what I am going to discuss with you today, I am going to discuss with you what is NPS, what are the highlights, how you can reduce your taxable income, or what are the tax benefit you are going to get through NPS, where the NPS is investing in, how much return you can expect from those portfolios. And in case I am able to convince you that NPS is a good scheme, then I am also going to show you how you can open account either through fiscal mode or through online mode. So I hope you guys are geared up as I am to share with you this scheme which can help you in not only reducing your tax outgo but also planning for your retirement. Guys, please remember you need to first exhaust all your tax saving options before diving into other investments, because I can't emphasize enough that your tax saving options can start generating return from day one, whereas your all other investment avenues are going to give you returns in the future date, and that too are uncertain. So I hope you agree with me on this. In case you agree with this argument, do type yes in the comment box. Now let's dive into what is NPS. NPS, as I told you, is a national pension scheme which is thought of to provide pension or post-retirement expense through this vehicle to all working population of India. Now, initially it was launched to replace the assured scheme by government to all its employees. Now, you know, retirement or pension was assured for all government and state employees. As it was becoming a big burden for them, they started to plan some related and unassured or without any assurance investment vehicle, and then NPS crop up. Now through NPS, you can plan your retirement also, because government has opened this scheme for each and every person in India. And most importantly, guys, please remember, any scheme to be successful or any investment to be successful, it has to be well governed, well regulated. And looking at the kind of infrastructure this scheme requires, because we have a huge population, huge working age group people, this organization or this scheme has been given well thought of structured by Government of India. It is regulated by PFRDA. PFRDA stands for uh, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. So this organization is just like your SEBI or IRDA, which are created through the Act of Parliament. It has equivalent power. The other highlight of NPS is the cost of management of this fund. Now, do remember the expense which is being charged by any investment vehicle or asset class where you are investing in is going to have a direct implication on what kind of return you are going to get from those investments. And in that count, NPS get a very high score. You know the fund management fees which is being charged on an investment is only 0.01%. If I quantify this for you, it means that in case in a year you have invested 1 lakh rupees, you are going to pay only 100 rupees for the management fees. Do remember, this is only for managing or investing your money. Besides this, there are other charges like account opening charges and transaction charges, but those are very minimal in nature. So this is the other benefit which NPS gives you, which other schemes fails to give or fails to compete with. Now here it is a very efficient management in the sense that I told you it is very well regulated and the investor gets multiple choice. There are total 7 fund managers as of now who are eligible to manage your NPS fund. Now, in that fund also, you are getting multiple choices. In case there are, as of now, 4 asset class, that is equity, debt, corporate debt, and government securities and alternative investments. In that also, you can have various permutation combination, and you can change the asset allocation according to your liking. And besides that, the biggest benefit is tax saving. So these are the multiple ways in which you should consider NPS, or multiple arguments which I can give you through which you can consider looking for at NPS to reduce your taxable income. Now let me give you insight, guys. Most of the rich guys who are there, they will find each and every option to reduce your tax outgo. And that's why they are rich. And you need to also find multiple ways to reduce your taxable income. Yeah, I can give you a very recent example. If you have followed US election, in that election there was a huge debate that ex Donald Trump or ex US President Donald Trump, that guy has not paid for tax for 10 years in last 15 years. A person having billions of dollars, if he can reduce his tax outgo, why I and you cannot? We can easily reduce our tax outgo. The only thing is we need to be aware of it. We need to be mindful of it. Now, this is the benefit which we are going to get. Now, let's go to the details. Now, as I told you, NPS will give you multiple tax saving sections. The first section is as under section 80C. Just like any other tax saving investments or expenses which you have, starting with your PPF or Provident Fund contribution, your kids' educational fees, your insurance policies, mutual fund 80C schemes. So all those clubbed together, in case you are falling still short, then you can invest in NPS to fulfill your 1.5 lakh upper cap which is available in under section 80C. So this way you can fulfill, or you can invest also and reduce your taxable income. Now most of the time I get the argument that my ATC is already exhausted. Then NPS scores on that count also. Now, in case your ATC limit of 1.5 lakhs is exhausted, still you can contribute on your own under section under NPS to reduce your taxable income till 50,000 rupees. There is a section which is section 80 CCD1B, under which if you are contributing on your own behalf, you can reduce your taxable income by 50,000 rupees. So just understand there is a difference between reducing your taxable income and your tax outgo. Taxable income means the income on which you need to pay tax has come down. Whereas a reduction in tax means how much tax which you need to pay to government, that has come down. Now, taxable income can be reduced by your money investing, and how much tax you are going to save is will directly proportional to how in which tax slab you are in. Say if you are in 30% tax bracket, you are going to save tax on a higher proportion. Now let's come back to the subject. The third section, which is most important and most valuable section in NPS, is section 80 CCD2. Under this section, you can save tax up to 7.5 lakhs, or you can reduce your taxable income up to 7.5 lakhs. How this section works? This section works in case your company is contributing on your behalf under this section, under this scheme, that is NPS, then your taxable income will come down till that extent. And the upper limit is 10% of your basic plus DA. So let me give a quantification or quantified example for you so that it makes more sense to you. Now let's just look at this example. I have taken a case of three people, one person, the first example where he is not investing in NPS at all. The second example where the employees or the customer or the investor is investing only on his behalf. And third, where the customer or employee is investing on behalf of investing through his employer also. Now, in all three cases, the total annual income is 12.50 lakhs. Now, let's assume that the person is not contributing anything in NPS. Then the total tax saving he can do is 1.5 lakhs under Section 80C. Now, let's assume that the person is contributing through NPS too. That, as I told you, in case your 1,50,000 is not exhausted or you don't have any investment under Section 80C, you can invest in NPS and get your 1.5 lakh exemption under Section 80C. Now, besides that, under Section 80CC D1B, you can additionally invest 50,000 rupees in NPS and your taxable income will come down till that extent. And in the third example, if your employer is going to contribute in NPS on your behalf, then you can reduce your taxable income till 10% of your basic plus DA. In this case, the basic plus DA is 10 lakhs. So 10% of 10 lakhs, 1 lakh rupees, you can additionally reduce your taxable income too. So in the third case, you are going to get maximum benefit in case your employer is also contributing. Now, most of the time, I will get the argument, Shobit, why my employer is going to contribute on my behalf. Now, he will not going to do that. But if you convince him that for the sake of employees' benefit, they can restructure your salary in such a manner so that you are able to reduce your taxable income and in turn going to create wealth for yourself, then you are going to get maximum benefit. What your company has to do, they need to just open an corporate NPS account. It is free of cost. They are not going to be charged anything. And then they can restructure your salary components in such a way that you can contribute till 10% of your basic in the NPS. The other argument I get is, Shobit, I am already tight on the cash front or my liquidity will dry down. Guys, please remember, if you don't start saving today, tomorrow anyways you will have a problem. So it is better to rationalize your living and your cost today instead of getting regrets tomorrow. So please, according to your understanding, according to your expenses, you are the better judge. Start contributing in NPS or any tax saving avenues before spending your money, because you have to fund your future financial needs too. Is not so? So just keep this aspect in mind and talk to your HR so that in case they are still not under NPS, then they can open the corporate NPS account, and those it is purely volunteer. Those of you who want to contribute under NPS, they can go through that. Now let's come to the other highlights of the scheme. Any person age 18 till 65 can contribute in this scheme. He has to be either resident or non-resident Indian. The other important aspect here I would like you to highlight is there are two kinds of account under NPS, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Now what are these accounts? Tier 1 accounts are those accounts where you get tax benefit. Tier 2 accounts are just for investment purpose and you are not going to get tax benefit. The other important highlight of these two schemes are in Tier 1 account, you get less or low liquidity. It means you cannot withdraw according to your liking or according to your requirement. But in Tier 2, you are going to get same kind of return, but you can withdraw just like your checking bank account, where whenever you want to put money, you can invest in. Whenever you want to take out money, you can do it. So this is the basic difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2 account. Do remember that you need to first open your Tier 1 account before opening your Tier 2 account. Now the other benefit or other features of this scheme is you get multiple choices of investments. You can invest in equity, government debt, corporate debt, and alternative investment fund. The maximum investment which you can do in equity is 75%. So of your all contribution, 75% is the upper limit through which you can invest in equities. In government debt and corporate debt, you can go till 100% of your investments if you want to. And in alternative investment, the upper limit is restricted to 5%. Now let's see how much return you can expect in these kinds of investments. Just look at this, guys. I have taken last 1 year return. SBI equity has given 24%, HDFC 25, ICICI 24%, and like that. And in corporate, government, and alternative, you can get 10 to 9%. Now these returns will keep on fluctuating. But what we need to realize is we are not going to invest in only one asset class. It's not so. By regulation also, you need to have a diversified portfolio. So let's look at that picture to get a clear cut clarity as how we need to look at the kind of return we can expect from these investments. Now, if you take an aggressive portfolio where 75% of the money is going to be invested in equities, and a moderate portfolio where the equity investment will be restricted to 50% of your investments, and conservative where your equity investment is going to be 25% of your investments, then the kind of return last 1 year has given is 21, 17, and 13% in SBI funds. But if you are taking 3 years return, which I think is more reasonable for understanding what kind of return we can expect in a longer term horizon, then it will be anywhere between 10 to 12%. So this kind of return is reasonable to us understand and assume. Now let me show you how much HDFC has given. HDFC has given return on the same line like SBI, and this is the ICICI return. Now, my argument or my plea to you is this. Guys, whenever you are investing, we need to be mindful of the fact that what average return we are going to get from those investments. And 10 to 12% is the reasonable return. Please understand these returns are after expense ratio of 0.01%. Now, if you look at the comparable return, what mutual fund has to give this kind of return would be even in the direct mutual fund schemes, you are going to be charged around 1% expense ratio every year. So in a 3 years time horizon, you are going to give 3% expenses. So 11 or 12% return in NPS is equivalent to 15% return in your mutual fund schemes, even in direct mutual funds. Now you are wise enough to understand getting 15% return vis-a-vis 12% return where it is more feasible and less risky. So please make informed decision regarding your investment journey so that it make more sense. Now, other thing which I would like here you to understand is this, guys. Most of the time we do our investments in all other investment avenues, what is the best stock to buy, what is the best mutual fund to buy, which is the 5-star rated schemes. All those things we do investments without understanding that first we need to exhaust all our tax saving avenues before diving into other investment avenues. And why I say so? I say so because your tax saving investments are going to generate you immediate returns, whereas all other investments are going to generate return in the future. The other important thing is even if you are getting half the returns of other normal investment in your tax saving avenues, it makes more sense to invest in tax saving investments first. Let me give you a calculation. Just look at this calculation, guys. In case you have invested 1 lakh rupees in tax saving investments and 1 lakh in normal investments, and your tax saving investment is going to give you 7.5%, whereas a normal investment is going to give you 15% return. At the end of the year, you are going to get more value in your tax saving investments than normal investments, because here you are going to get immediate return even if you are in 10% tax bracket of 10,000 rupees. Now this is a huge saving for you because it is at a lesser risk you are getting more value. It doesn't matter whether you're getting higher return or not, but you need to look at the overall value which you are going to get on your investments. And I have taken example of only 10%. What if you are in 20 or 30% tax bracket? It makes more sense to first exhaust your all tax saving avenues before diving into other investments vehicle. So I hope you guys are agreeing with me in this concept. So please start approaching your tax planning and your retirement planning as early as possible, because it is not only going to save you tax, but it is also going to help you in creating wealth for yourself. So let's dive into the other aspect of NPS, which is what are the liquidity options available. Now, the first withdrawal which you can make in case you want to withdraw money from NPS is after 3 years of your investments. Whenever you want to withdraw prematurely, which is whenever you want to, and anytime you are going to withdraw your investment before 60 years of your age, then those are considered as premature withdrawals. And in that case, the maximum which you can withdraw is 20% of your investments. 80% of your investment has to be annuitized. What we mean by annuity, it means that you need to take pension option, you need to buy annuity product from any insurance companies, and you need to start withdrawing in the form of either monthly payouts or quarterly or yearly, whatever is suitable for you. And these two withdrawals are totally taxable. So whatever you have withdrawn, that is 20% of the corpus, is added in your income to give tax according to your tax slab. And whatever pension you are going to get from the 80% of the annuity product, that also is going to be added to your income and you need to pay tax. Now there is another option which is a partial withdrawal. It only kicks in once you are there at least 10 years in that scheme. How much you can withdraw? 25% of your own contribution. And any contribution which or whatever amount you are going to withdraw, that amount will be totally tax free. It means you need not pay any tax on that. And for what purpose the NPS will allow you to withdraw that money? For your kids' education, for house building purpose, for any critical illness. For all these purpose, you can withdraw money provided you have completed 10 years and in that investments. Now on maturity, that is once you have reached 60 years of age, the maximum which you can withdraw from your corpus is 60% of your accumulated wealth, which will be also tax free for you. And for the rest 40%, you need to buy pension product or annuity product. So whatever pension you are going to receive, that is taxable for you. Now, if you look at this, the liquidity options are there, but more importantly, guys, what I would like you to here consider is most of the investment which we are doing, since we are emotional human being, we have lot of emotions playing in. If market goes down, we are going to withdraw. If market goes up, we are going to find some reason to spend that money. But in case you have invested in a product which is going to force discipline on you, it makes much more sense, because the wealth which you are going to create, it is not on the vehicles or the returns which they are going to give, but it is going to do more with the time you are going to spend in those vehicles or asset class. The longer you have been stayed, the more wealth you are going to create, because then only compounding kicks in. So please remember, NPS is one vehicle which is going to force a discipline on you, and that's also going to help you in creating a lot of wealth for yourself. So do consider the NPS, because I think this is one of the best option for your long-term investments. So in case you are convinced enough that no, this is the scheme which you need to explore for all your tax saving investments, then I am going to show you, or for your retirement planning and save tax also, then I am going to show you how you can open your account. So let me open. There are two companies through which you can open online account, and now for all, in case you are not comfortable opening online account, then what you can do is you can open a physical account. Physical account, how you can open, you can go to any bank and you can give your request to fill the form and give the request to open the account. Now please remember guys, as I have showed you, in NPS schemes, the intermediaries are not going to get much benefit. So you are not going to get very huge welcome or very good support from these organizations. So what you need to do is, in case you are still not very comfortable opening online accounts, so what you can do, you can walk into UTI mutual fund. That is the only mutual fund company which is official point of service or POS for opening NPS account. So do walk in there, and then they can help you out in opening the account. Now I think you should explore opening online account, because it is easier and instant opening of the account is there. And in future, the monitoring is also easy. So how to do that? Let me show you. This is the Carby website through which you can open your NPS account. What you need to do is, you need to they are going to require your PAN, your Aadhaar card, and then online transaction capabilities. So just fill in the form and proceed through this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, and your account will be opened. The verification is through Aadhaar, so it will be instant. I am going to share the link of NPS account either through Carby or NSDL. I find Carby links are more easy to use and more user friendly, so you can walk in, you can just log in there and open your account, so that you are able to start your retirement planning journey and tax saving journey too. Now, in case you want me to share or whatever details I've shared, in case you want to revisit, in case you want to go through again, in case you want to get more clarity, so I have written a detailed blog post on my blog site shubwell.com. On shubwell.com, I write on subjects of personal finance, investments, mutual funds, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to share the link in description of my blog site's article on NPS, so that in case you want to revisit or you want to get any link for all the details which I have shared with you, it will be available for you. I hope I have added some values to your life. I hope I have added some insights as how you can plan your tax return, or you can plan reducing your tax outgo through NPS. In case you liked it, do comment and share with your family and friends. Thanks for logging in. I had a wonderful time interacting with you on this subject. In case you want to learn more regarding various facets of personal finance, you want to take control of your financial life, then I conduct free workshop on do it yourself financial planning. Do join me for the 9 minutes action packed workshop, where you're going to learn how you can plan, execute, and monitor all your finances all by yourself. You can be your financial advisor. Do join me there. I would love to share my insights with you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to see you next time.